I have been seeing this conversation spreading that young women don't want to work, all they want to do is take advantage of men, look for men that are rich, sleep around, and all of those things. And in as much as those of us that are hardworking, loving the Lord, creating purpose and change in our vicinity are keeping quiet about these things, I feel like it is allowing this narrative to spread. Because people get on podcasts and the things that they say about young women is alarming. It's actually very appalling. I want us to realize that us keeping quiet, the remnants, those of us, and we're a lot. There are a lot of women doing fantastic things, a lot of women who are chaste, a lot of women who don't sleep around, a lot of women who create things for themselves. But unfortunately, the other ones have turned this into nuisance, making it look like, oh, every other person is like that. Everybody is like this. This is what they want. This is how they do it. But we must speak up. We must speak up. Women are doing fantastic things. Young girls are doing fantastic things. And we must also let our young ladies know, the younger ones know, that look, you can be it. You can do all the things you need to do. You can work hard. You can create policies. You can love the Lord. You can be chaste, and the right person would find you. You might have made mistakes. It doesn't mean that you have to let your mistake define you. You can come out of the mistake and do exceedingly, exceptionally well. This narrative of making it look like, oh, women don't want to work, all they want to do is take, making women look like scavengers, is an attack on women. It's an attack on the younger generation, because there is a generation of younger women that do not even understand what they want right now. And some people are there speaking about things that they know nothing of. You know, look like this is the norm. So we have to speak up to engage. We have to speak up to engage. And now this implies that what kind of content are you consuming? Because the content you consume would attract you to what you turn out, would make you chant on some things and will attract you to things. And sometimes I'm wondering, where do people meet this kind of women? Because the kind of women I have in my circle, they're nothing like what I'm reading about or hearing about. Like, where do you meet them? Where do you meet them? Of course, every woman wants the good life. I'm not even going to deny that. But yes, we're not scavengers. You can have standards because you work hard for yours. You can have standards because, yes, you want a beautiful life, but it does not mean that you're a manipulator, you are greedy, you are covetous. Let's talk about the place of self-respect. You have some women who are in abusive relationships and they're staying there because he is buying me things, and it has sort of ridiculed the image. Let me tell you something, nobody can ridicule you. Once you know who you are, and this is the issue, identity crisis. Once you know who you are and whose you are, nobody can ridicule you. Nobody can pull you down. Nobody should have that should have such power over you. No one should have such power over your abilities, because you work hard. There is dignity in labor, in legitimate labor. There is dignity in legitimate labor. If you're in an abusive relationship and you are staying there because of the wigs, you're staying there because of the money, then there is an identity crisis that you need to sort out. There is something missing in your life that you need to feel. There is something missing, and that only thing that is missing is the Spirit of the Lord, the Spirit of God. You cannot place your essence on money. You cannot place your essence on fame, because these things will go away. And at the end of the day, you realize that these things can't even satisfy you, because there's going to be a deeper need. There's going to be a deeper need. It is when you understand what you are and who you are and whose you are that you can now have all this access, and it's all fine. Everything does not have to be this dog-eat-dog mentality. It's not the way that God has created us to be. And it means that you have to come to the place where you surrender your ambition, your desires to the Lord, that you genuinely accept Him, you genuinely have Him as your Lord and personal Savior. See, I know that you have needs, you have wants. Maybe your family relies on you, people are depending on you, you have to do. But at the end of the day, you must let them know that it is your quota that you will give, your legitimate quota. So because of family, you're sleeping around. At the end of the day, who's going to bear the brunt? You, not family. Who's going to bear the consequences? At the end of the day, they might even tell you that they never told you to do all of those things that you decided to do it yourself. Now, speaking to those who have maybe dabbled into this, because yes, I'm not here to condemn you, I'm here to bring you to the light. But I'm also here to let the world know that there are millions of women standing upright, working hard, doing the right things, loving the Lord, changing the narrative. Don't be bamboozled by what you're saying. Don't let anybody make you feel like you don't know what you're doing. Don't do that. I'm going to use myself as an example. At a very tender age, I understood what responsibility was, and at that age, I had a lot of opportunities to be wayward, to sleep with men for money, but I never did. Never did. I never did. Can learn a skill. You too can. I watch some of these things sometimes, and I'm wondering, like, really, is this what you people have reduced us to? That some people decided to walk that path does not mean that everyone is doing it. And I don't blame them, because even those that are not doing it are not speaking about it. We're shoving this thing away. We're making it like, it's just one of those things. No, we have to start speaking up. We have to start flaunting what we have. The dignity that we have, the self-worth that we have, the self-respect that we have, the love of Christ that we have, the hard work, the labor that we have. We have to start flaunting it so that the younger generation can understand that, look, you can walk. You don't have to be dating your own boys because of hair, because of iPhone. No. I know millions of women that have run 3 businesses not funded by men. They run businesses not funded by men, but by their own money, by their own hard work, and by God's grace. Most importantly, by God's grace. There are millions, a lot of women doing things legitimately, working the work, and they're not even after a rich man. They have just simple standards. Be able to take care of me, be kind to me, be nice to me, not have all the money in the world, and by fire, by force, whether you're married or you're not married, I'm going to marry you. No. I don't have friends that have side chicks. You too, watching me, don't have friends that are side chicks. So why do you say that almost every woman is a side chick? Women of nowadays. Where did you get that from? Women of nowadays. What kind of women of nowadays do you know? Yeah? What kind of women of nowadays do you know? Maybe you need to start changing the women that you know. Or maybe you should start changing the content that you consume. Because this is what content does. Before you know it, that's the psychic that starts forming in the minds of the innocent ones. It starts creating a mindset. Because some people have decided not to speak against it and not to show their workings. I'm not disputing the fact that there are women who do these things, but I also know that there are lots of women, in fact, these ones are even more than the other women that are working legitimately, doing the right things, working hard. And we have them as examples everywhere, from generation to generation. We have them. You know them. Some of them are not even on social media, but you know that woman in your corner that is working so hard that people even think that, how is she able to do these things and do them well? You know them, emulate them. And there is time for everything. Life is a process. Life is a process. When you're investing, you know that, look, this is your season, is a season of investment. Other things will come in later, right? I want you to drop your comments in the comment section, because I actually feel like because we're keeping quiet, we're not talking, we're not speaking about this thing, it is making people not to, understand. It is forming a wrong narrative, and this is the reason why we have the platforms that we have, that we change the narrative, that we speak the truth that is right. We have women like Esther in our generation, women doing great things, single women. Because if I say married women, I don't say it's because they're married. Before they got married, they were doing great things. After they got married, they're still doing great things. And we have single women doing beautiful things. So please, don't fall for that trap. It is content versus content now. You turn out negative content, we keep putting out our awesome positive content, because yes, that's what the Lord has asked us to do. Please do not forget to like the video. Do not forget to subscribe to the channel. My name is Anasasi, and this is the Salvation Therapy. Ciao.